Hi there, welcome to World Hikes. How many of you have height phobia? And if you do, too bad you can't appreciate how the world looks from the highest peaks. Several mountains in the world are the tallest and are thousands of meters above sea level. These peaks are beautiful and dangerous considering how high they are from the ground. The geography is pretty interesting, where there are flatlands and the tallest mountains. Not many people know about geography, and it's why they don't have any knowledge about mountainous areas. But do you know about them? Do you know which one of them is the highest? You might have forgotten all about it, but don't worry, we're here to teach you about it once again. So let us talk to you about the top 5 world's highest mountain peaks. Number 5, Annapurna 1. Let's start with Annapurna 1, which has a height of 8,091 meters. This mountain we're talking about comes in the Himalayan range and is one of the highest ranges around. It's present in central Nepal that includes one peak over 8,000 meters, 13 peaks over 7,000 meters, and the other 16 over 6,000 meters. The range is 55 kilometers long, and the Kali Gandaki Gorge bounds it from the west. Besides that, the marsh and E River on the north and east give the range an even better look. You might be wondering, what is Annapurna 1? It's a high vision called the Annapurna Sanctuary. It's the highest peak of the range, and the view from there is insanely gorgeous. It would be, since this peak is one of the highest peaks in the world with a height of 8,091 meters. Can you imagine standing on a mountain as tall as that? Would you ever trek on that? Well, there was someone who managed to do just that, and he was Maurice Herzog, who led a French expedition to its summit through the North Face in 1950. When the expedition managed to complete the trekking, they made it the first 8,000s to climb, and also on the first try. Even though there are peaks higher than this one, this mountain has one of the highest fatality rates. Annapurna is without a doubt one of the highest and also one of the prettiest peaks in the world, but there are still taller ones to cover, so keep watching. Number 4, Nanga Parbat. One of the other highest mountain peaks on this list is Nanga Parbat in Pakistan. This mountain range is around 8,126 meters high above sea level, and that makes it taller than Annapurna. It's situated in Gilgit-Baltistan, known as the Diamond District of Pakistan. It's the western anchor of the Himalayas and indeed one of the most beautiful peaks in the world. The name Nanga Parbat comes from Sanskrit. Nanga means naked, while Parbat means mountains. And together, the word means naked mountains. The locals call it Del Mir, which means a huge mountain. It rises high from the ground and is one of the 8,000s, making it one of the tallest in the world. And given that it's one of the tallest, it might not surprise you when we say this, that it's one of the most difficult peaks to climb, which means that not many climbers have managed to complete their trekking. To make matters worse, many of them have also died during their trekking, prompting people to call it a killer mountain. So don't be taken away too much by its beauty, it's actually quite dangerous if you're daring enough to trek it. So, are you daring enough? Do let us know in the comments down below. Number 3, Lhotse. This peak is situated in the Himalayas, Nepal, Tibet, in the autonomous region of China. It's the other highest peak, which is 8,560 meters above sea level. Can you imagine standing on a platform that high above the ground? To tell you the truth, you might not be able to see the ground from a height as tall as that. This peak is known as Lhotse because it means South Peak, and the reason it's called that is because it's situated in the south of Tibet. This mountain has a few other peaks that are taller than 8,000 meters, but they're still shorter than Lhotse, and it's no wonder they aren't on this list. One of them has a height of 8,414 meters, while the other one is 8,383 meters above sea level. The summit is on the border between China and Tibet and the Khumbu region of Nepal. It might surprise you, but this peak is near Mount Everest and is known as its little sister. Cute, isn't it? Most people say that it doesn't get the attention that it deserves because people think that Everest is a site for sore eyes, which is one of the reasons that people neglect this peak. The visitors can see it when they pass the country. It's insanely tall, but it's also killed a lot of people due to its extreme conditions, which have made it really difficult for trekkers to climb. Number 2, K2. At number 2, we have by far the most deadliest of the mountain ranges in the world. It's over 8,611 meters above sea levels and is also part of the Karakoram range that's situated between the border of Pakistan and China. Despite being the second tallest peak in the world, K2 has been regarded as the mountain of mountains. According to mountaineers, this mountain will try to kill you in any way possible, which is why it's really difficult to scale it. In one of the books that a climber wrote about K2, he mentioned that the mountain kills 1 out of 4 mountaineers in every expedition. If you don't think that's a big deal, you'd be lying. Apart from the extreme conditions that come with this mountain, it's one of the greatest creations around the world, and many people would agree with that since they've gotten close enough to its summit and taken some pictures of its natural beauty. The first person to ever climb the peak was Lionel Lacedelli, who completed the expedition in 1954. Another climber named George Bell declared the mountain savage and said that out of the 5 mountains in the world, this one had the highest fatality rate, and many climbers died during their climb. It's quite a fascinating yet scary tale. Not many would have guessed that a mountain peak as beautiful as this one could be so dangerous. And to tell you the truth, we didn't know ourselves until now. Number 1. Mount Everest. And finally, we've come to the tallest one of them all in the form of Mount Everest. It's the same Mount Everest that I'm sure most of us have studied in our time in school. Mount Everest's height is 8,848 meters, which easily makes it the tallest peak in the world. The snow-covered peaks depict a beautiful view to the visitors who wish to see one of the 7 wonders of the world. Several mountaineers wish to climb this one, but the danger that it brings to the expedition is immense. This mountain is situated on the border of Nepal and China, is part of the Himalayan range, and is, if we might add, one of the most gorgeous summits in the world. This peak got its official English name back in 1965, and since then, people have started recognizing it as the famous Mount Everest. There are 2 routes that the climbers take which are popular among climbers. Like K2, Mount Everest is a killer that has taken many lives with it. Over 3,000 people lost their lives to this mountain, and sadly, their bodies were never recovered. And even if by some miracles those bodies were found, it would be too late to bring them back down due to the dangerous conditions of the mountain. The first pair of climbers to ascend Mount Everest was back in 1953. That's it for today, guys. If you had the chance to climb any of these mountains, which one would it be? Do let us know in the comments down below, and before we get out of here, do be sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and in case you haven't done that already, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and do remember to hit that bell icon so you can be notified of more videos like this going forward. And with that, I'll catch you guys later in another video. Bye now!